I'm gonna put a stopwatch on right now. Ready? Count me go. 1, 2, 3, go. If I click send rounds of attack, I go to the attack area. I set up my client. I literally click maximum effectiveness focus. If you don't want to print the letters yourself, you can print it through me. I put my thing in, I click that, I put TPMPA, I click generate letters. I just created the most effective attack, the maximum effective attack. That's it, 15 seconds. So for everybody in here, that is the thing. That's how easy it is. So if you're new, that's great. I'm glad that you're new. You saw the easiest attack that can possibly be done. Not to say, everybody, that there's not other ways to attack, but that is the easiest way to attack. If you don't want to learn how to read the credit report, you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to even print out the letters yourself, you can get that done in a matter of 30 seconds. Okay? Cool beans? Shit, good. QK. Can you give me your name, sweetie? QK. Keisha. Beautiful. Keisha, was that easy? Is that what they showed you? You ready? That's the sales pitch. I'm going to show you how to actually use the software. That's the sales pitch. Now, the maximum effectiveness focus is going to generate the most amount of letters, guys. We don't want to focus on the most amount of letters. We want to focus on the most aggressive letters. So let's get into it. First and foremost, when you get into the software, whether you're in Freenom, GOAT, or FICO Fixers, it doesn't matter which three that you're in. All that it matters is that the one that you are in, excuse me, the one that you are in, that you know that this is your name, this is your username, okay? And then your general attacks is like a token. I want everybody to understand the token is your currency to pay the AI to generate the letter, okay? So how do we pay the AI to generate the letter? We pay the AI with these 931 tokens. And what does that token, what does one token do? One token for 1 month will generate an unlimited amount of letters, and an unlimited amount of pages for an unlimited amount of negative items. I'll restate that. The software, I'm going to break it down with numbers now, right? The software could generate on 100 negative items, 300 letters, and 3,000 pages. Does that make sense to everybody? Landon, I know you've been here before, but you've been utilizing the software for a while. Keish, you got that? Make sense? Doesn't make sense? Talk to me. Get it? Perfect. So this software, every single time that you generate a round, whether you generate it correctly or incorrectly, will utilize that token. How do you buy tokens? I'll get through it in the pricing section, but I want everybody to understand that that token or that general attack or gas, it's got a couple of different names, GAs, gas, however you want to call it, that's the currency that fuels the system. Now, yours truly recorded this video over here on your thing, Landon. This was the video that you're looking for. It's actually right here on the top. I'll teach you how to pull the credit report over there. Amber, this was also the video that you were looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, come to this class. Always, always come to this class. The Get Started section is older videos. So it's not going to give you anything new that's broken down in the software. Everything that we're doing inside of the software is here. So look who decided to show up. Well, it's been a while since I've seen your mug. Look where you been at, girl. The videos in here, they're good, but come to class. It doesn't matter if mine class or Mr. Bora's class. Come to class. We host class 5 times a week. Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. You're in the 8 p.m. class. Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. And then Saturdays at 11 a.m. Okay? There is no training on holidays. And there is, if you need to join any of the live trainings, just click this. You want to join the free community? There are 2 free communities. There is the Facebook community where people still are joining, and there is the school community. To get into the school community right now, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is Ray, drop a link in the chat for the people in the school community, for the school community. Perfect. Thank you, buddy. And this is the M2 school community. All right. So once that's done, you get to rock and roll. And now we're done here. Does anybody have any questions on the homepage, GAs, how to do anything over here before we keep moving forward? No, Ray, Dion school community, the AI school community. Oh, okay. Perfect. Let's get into pricing. No questions? Guys, it's going to be quiet, and I'm going to go through this really quickly, and my wife's going to get mad at me because she thinks I really want to waste 2 hours in this class every week. So got to talk to me. Do something. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to go over the packages over here. Nobody's going to tell you this. I am actually going to tell you. Oh, wow, the camera followed me all the way around. That's freaking creepy. All right. So here's the difference on how I work versus how everybody else works. The way that I work is I'm going to give you the truth. Here's the truth. Each of these packages are downgrade packages. They downgrade to this package. Why? Because this package only has one token. This one has 4. This one has 8, 17, 30, and 100. But it says it services one person. If done properly, it will service one person. But what happens if you make a mistake? On your first generation, it costs you $97. You are guaranteed to make 2 mistakes in your first round. I know that because I print out all the letters. I send them back to a lot of clients when they don't do it correctly. So those two generations, with the third, totals $177. So if it totals $177, ladies and gentlemen, this package is already cheaper. But let's get the same, compare apples with apples. This is $217. Again, cheaper for the same amount of gas, the same amount of tokens, the same amount of GAs. Well, Ali, what's the difference between this package and this package? Well, technically, I think that this package actually generates half of a person, which you can't really generate a half of a person. That's why you need more than one token. This one generates 1 to 2 people. This generates 2 to 4. This generates 10, 15, and 50, not 100, okay? How did I get those numbers? I always give you two GAs per client. Doesn't mean you're going to use 2 GAs, but you have a cushion. And because you have a cushion, we want to make sure that you select the right package. My favorite package, and the one that I still own till today, is this one. Now, that's if it suits you. Ali, that doesn't suit me. I'm coming in with 30 freaking clients. Well, then this is the package for you. Or this is the package for you. Not hey, Ali said join the 4 GA1. No, just if you're getting started by yourself, this is a great package to get in. What will happen is you utilize this for 2 months, and then you just downgrade to the iron package. You will save GAs, and you'll have a bank of GAs, which will roll over every single month. And those amount of GAs, just to give you that opportunity, those GAs are, you'll have 6 GAs left over if you've done everything perfect. If you have 4 GAs, the 4 GAs re-up every single month. But now we'll start adding 1. If you make a mistake, no worries. The software will have extra in the bank. Instead of having to spend $40 every round, this one's $36. This one's $28. This one is $17, $13, and $10. Does anybody have any questions on the pricing section? I try to keep this as simple as possible, but sometimes it does get confusing. Come off mute, guys. We're a small class tonight. I don't need everybody to put it in the chat. Does anybody have any questions before I get out from around the computer screen? Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. And when you downgrade to that $97 package, what will happen is all those extra GAs you saved up, what will happen is you'll be able to tap that bank, God forbid anything ever happened. Also, if you do get a package, right, and you go into there and you're working it and you get the 147 and you have 4 clients, right, and you drop down to 1 client, you downgrade, and say it's 4 months down the line, you got 12 GAs saved up in the bank, Miss Vicky, right? You've got 12 GAs. Now you do 2 months, you didn't utilize any GAs, you still have 12 in the bank, and then this happens. You got 10 people that just hit you up because you just did a post on your Facebook or something and showed them all the deletions that you got. Now all of a sudden, you got 10 people that hit you up that want you to do credit repair for them. Now you can go in and put those 10 people, because you still have GAs left over from all those rounds. See that, have the efficacy of the ability that, yes, there is the ability for me to make some money in this if I want to do it for other people, and boom, all of a sudden now you just created a business and you didn't even realize it. GA stands for gas or a token. Just think general. It stands for general attack. Yeah, you came in a little bit late. I covered that on the dashboard screen. It's okay, no problems. Don't worry about it. Any other questions? Anybody? You can. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Okay, let me tell you something. It's an easy question. It's common sense. But what is common sense? Common sense is not always common. So what happens is you have to learn common sense first, and then we go in and we don't make mistakes. Because here's the sense. Here's truly what it is. People don't think about what they're doing in the software. What they do is they think that they know what they're doing when they really don't know what they're doing. And then they just go at it. And it's coming up in 2 sections, and I'll explain it to you where 90% of the errors are made. But it is very good question. You're going to be like, oh, shit, that makes sense. I promise you when I'm done, you're going to go, oh, poopy, that makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Everybody good? At the end of class, as long as you stay to the end of class, absolutely. You get the YouTube channel with all the recordings. Thank you, Ms. Woods. All right. Nope. Right? You're going to get it in the chat, and you'll be able to access it from the chat. Everybody, do me a favor. All the new people, if this is the first class that you've been to, Ray has put an attendance sheet up. Make sure you take the attendance so we know who's here. So I could give it back to M2 and show who's actually coming. So for whatever tracking they're doing, any which way. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. Now, software likes using my free score. Now I have to be very careful how I say this, because sometimes I screw it up and say another company. So do me a favor, whatever software company you're using, if you're using Phenom or any of that companies, make sure you're using theirs. They have a specialty report called the Epic Pro report that is unlocked by utilizing their reports. So I just want everybody to understand that. Make sure you use that. It'll say it when you pay for it. Everything should be good. Cool beans, everybody? So basically, you just click My Free Score Now over here, get credit report, My Free Score Now, you're good to rock and roll. Now, reports and scoreboard. This is a piece that they added. It's not new. What it does is just gives you a breakdown of your report. Here's your report. Here's your credit report. And here's all your stuff. Total accounts, closed, delinquencies, derogatories, inquiries, public records. So this is all the stuff that's there. Okay? And we're going through that. And that's it. Now, I'm going to get back up, guys. I'm going to go back up to the board. And I'm going to show you guys how to add the perfect profile. Before anybody leaves, I know before I get up and do this, I want to make sure everybody's paying attention. If you could put a ready in the chat, that would be fantastic. Because I know there's some people that are filling out the attendance sheet. So until I get everybody to say ready, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here. I'm going to wait for 8 readies, and then we're going to go from here. Ms. Amber, I'm about to answer your question. Mr. Mr. Landon, I'm literally going to answer your question right after this part. So we're literally 2 questions back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got 2, 4, 6. I got 8. I'm missing 1. Who am I missing? Amber. I got Amber. Oh, Ms. Nix. I don't need to worry about her. She's been here too long. Okay, watch this. I click Add Profile. Now, when I go up to the board, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to break this down. Follow this every single time. I'm going to tell you the best documents to use. I'm going to tell you how to do it and how to do it right from the beginning. You guys don't need to worry about anything if you do it this way, because you will never make a mistake. Because this is the way the Bureau is looking for this, and this is the hack to this system. This is where a majority of people make their errors, and they make their errors over here because of why? Because they think that they know the information that they're utilizing. Yes, I said that. They think that they know the information that they're utilizing when they actually don't. You're going to tell me, but Ali, I know where I live. You probably do. You probably know where you live. You're probably 110% right, but you don't know where you live. You'll be like, that don't make no sense. But here, ready? Watch this. I'm going to color coordinate everything for you guys, okay? Dark blue. Dark blue stands for 2 things. Everything in this dark blue square is what we're going to fill in with this one document. The best document is the passport. This is the best document to utilize in this box. If you don't have a passport in the box over here, you're going to do ID or driver's license. That is just usable, not the best document. Ready? You're going to fill it out as such. Underscore, middle name. Underscore is going to stand for space. Underscore space, suffix. Ready? Watch. John, Joe, Smith, Jr. Date of birth, 01/01/1990. Is that easy to understand, guys? Now, what's going to happen? I promise you, everybody will say to me, well, do I have to put my middle name? Yes, it's up on the board. Don't even ask me. Yes, it's up on the board. Okay? Because I put it there, because I guarantee you, think about this, and everybody's going to just imagine this. You're filling out that credit application 2-3 years ago, right? And when they ask you for middle name or middle initial, I guarantee you skipped over it. I guarantee you skipped over it. Put a me in the chat if you skipped over that middle initial part. Yep. There's always one person in the room. I got you. But the thing is, the Bureau gets the information for the credit report from the applications and from when you put the applications and find out it's truly you. But if you don't put the right information on the application, technically, you didn't fill out the right information. It's not you. So we now have to put the right information. So if you're trying to tell them that that's not you, right? And you're not putting the right information, but you're fighting to say that that's okay, well, that name is attached to an account that you're trying to fight. Now it's going to be harder to remove. Now it's going to be harder to remove. That's why when I do this, I make sure I explain all this stuff in detail. Now the next document, okay? The best document, if you have it, is your Social Security card. So this is going to be here. Your Social Security card, SSC. But what happens if you don't have it? You have a W-2 or first page, taxes. That's it. And I'm going to put this in the box, okay? That's going to be in the box. That's if you don't have it. And then you put your number. Okay? Done. I'm going to skip over the phone number because I'm just not going to do it over here. Okay? And we're going to go to the most important box. And why am I going to do it green? Because green is for the money, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do it in green for this reason. Now, I want everybody to understand this box right here. This box is extremely important because this is where everybody messes up. If you mess up on your middle name, it's okay. We change it next month. Social Security, not many people mess it up. What happens is people will forget to put junior. Not really a big deal. You can fix that next month. Their birthday, a lot of people mess up on their birthday. You laugh, but how do they mess up on it? I swear they mess up on their birthday all the time. But the address is the most important and the most messed up document that they mess up. These 5 boxes or 4 boxes, however many it is the number one thing that they mess up. What is the number one document that the Bureau is looking for? A bank statement. Ladies and gentlemen, if they don't have a bank statement, a utility bill is okay. But the Bureau wants a bank statement. Let me see something. Can this go? Oh, no, it's locked at that point. Okay. Does the Bureau wants a bank statement because it's the hardest thing to forge. If they don't have a bank statement, utilize a utility bill, you're fine. And you're going to fill it out as such. 8 North West 8 Northwest 12th Street. Oh my God. Wait. God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go fast. That's a problem. Okay. 8 North West 12th Street. APT, fill out the full name, apartment 14C. I'm in New York, ladies and gentlemen. New York City is called Manhattan or New York. 10038. Okay? Why did I put there? Again, biggest mistake. I know where I live. I know what city I'm in. I know this. I know that. And I know some of you right now are going to say, if you were 1 block over, your city would be different than where you currently are right now. Your city would be something completely different, even though you live in the same city. I've seen it so many times. So here's the key. Your bank statement is going to prove where you live. And if the bank statement says you live in Manhattan, you're going to put Manhattan. If your bank statement says you live in New York City or New York, you're going to put New York. So for this thing, it says that you live in New York. Your driver's license says Manhattan. Guess what? You've just made your first error. So the reason that I put that up there for you guys to understand, what we're doing is that piece right there has caused the most issues in this software for people because they think they know where they live. Here's the reason why I harp on this, I stay on this, and I really, really try to get people to understand this. There is 2 types of stall letters that come from the Bureau. There is a third-party stall letter that says you did not submit your letter, and the other stall letter that comes from the Bureau is this. It is and it's not really a stall letter. It is a ID verification letter. Guess how you trigger an ID verification letter? If one of these 3 boxes that we have just color coordinated does not match up. That's how you trigger the ID letter. Guess what? When you trigger that ID letter, you just wasted money. So right now, when you look at this right here, I'm telling you how to not trigger that ID letter. I'm telling you, when my printing team goes over your letters and views everything, this is exactly what they're looking for. And when they see that you had messed up over here, guess what they do? Hey, I'm sorry, go generate another letter. You did it wrong. And we ain't afraid. Other people will tell you, we'll fix it for you. We're not going to tell you we fix it for you. We're going to tell you right off the bat, go do another letter. You did it incorrectly. Let me come over here. Does everybody understand this, what I'm talking about? Any thumbs up? Yes. Charles. Don't worry about what your ID has on it. Why did I've been stressing that. The only thing that we're going to worry about what the ID is, first name, middle name, last name, suffix, and your date of birth. Doesn't matter what's on it. Doesn't matter what's on the ID. For a reason, purpose, reasons is unless you have a passport, Charles, because that's why I say the passport's the best document, okay? Unless you have a passport, there's nothing you can do about your ID unless you go get it changed. Yeah, no, I got you, brother. Okay? This is the key, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you go change your ID, there's nothing you're going to be able to do with it. You just got to rock with what you got. Okay? But at the end of the day, something very simple, very easy. You utilize the passport, which is the best document. You utilize the Social Security card, which is the best document. Bank statement, which is the best document. You will not have any problems. Does it make sense? Perfect. Okay. Everybody do me a favor. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. This is a big, 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 big thing that we need. Okay? The phone number. Oh, this one? Okay, so you know how you have two cities? Some people have two cities where they live? Okay, so I use the example. New York City has two names. The actual name of the island of New York City is called Manhattan. But on some things, on most things, it's called New York, New York. So where I live, what I did was a lot of people get it confused. On their ID, it will say Manhattan, right? And that's what Mr. Charles was saying. My ID's got a different thing. So if it says Manhattan on the ID, the reason that I put the red through it is that's not what it says on the bank statement. The bank statement says New York, New York, so we're going to go with what it says on the bank statement. Make sense? Mm-hmm. That whatever address that's on the bank statement, you're going to follow it, but you're going to spell everything out. The whole thing on your bank statement. If your bank statement says 123 Smith Street, Tower 56B, I want you to write 123 Smith and then spell out street and then write Tower 56B. Not spell 56 out. You can write 56 out. But you have to make sure that there is no ambiguity when you're filling this out. Don't put NW. Well, I know it means Northwest. I get you. There's a computer system that is reading your letters, not a human being. And the computer system is not in your favor. They are not here to help you. They want to keep you in the same position that you are in. So you have to make sure that you beat them at every level. Because if you write that down over there, it says Northwest, and I'm just going to use this as the example. Say you brought them to court and the judge asked you, or the attorney asked you, well, why did you write Northwest? Well, you're going to tell them exactly what I told you. Because a computer system is reading my letters, and when I wrote the letters and when I sent out the letters, it says Northwest, because how can you get that wrong? Because I live at 123 Northwest, Northeast, Southeast, Southeast, West, North, whatever street. They can't get that wrong because I spelled everything out. So if a system can get that wrong, I don't know, maybe they should update their system. The person who's going to depose you in any which way, shape, and form, and like I said, I'm setting you guys up for success. The person that will depose you can't argue with anything that you do. The way that we set everything up is for success. Make sense? Good, Miss Vicky? Okay, good. All right. No problem. No problem. Okay? Does anybody need what's up on the screen? Did everybody take a screenshot of this? Put it ready in the chat if you took a screenshot of this. I want to make sure that everybody's going to be good. Let me charge my phone because it's almost dead. That one goes here. Good? Got a button. Keisha got it. Only one person? Two people. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, I got 2 people, 3, okay, 4, perfect. Get rocking and rolling. All right. So now once I got this, once we're good to rock and roll, we're gonna go down to the next piece over here. Now, a lot of people get thrown into an error over here. They try to upload the report. They don't see my score IQ, my free score now. What they do is they're like, oh, it's broken. No, it's not broken. We don't upload the report from here. Ladies and gentlemen, I skip over this piece. I don't upload my report at all over here. All I do is I come, if I want to upload my identification, I put it over here. That passport will go into this first box over here. Social Security card in this box, and this one will be your bank statement, and click save. Once you click save and you are completed, you will now have that client, and that client will come over here and it will look something like this. As you can see, first name, middle name, last name, date of birth, social security card, phone number, address, city, state, and zip code, corresponding information. Now, Charles, you would ask this question. Here's this person's ID. They live in California, but that says Kansas. Does it match? Where you at, Charles? No, don't. Hey, man, just explain. I built it purposefully like this, so it doesn't matter. So this person's in Kansas. The address is in Sunnyvale, California. That's it, and there's your social security card. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take a screenshot of this piece if you want as well. This is what your IDs should look like. This is what your documents should look like at all times. I don't want to see fingernails. I don't want to see nails. I don't want to see jeans. I don't want to see comforters. I don't want to see countertops. I don't want to see dining room tables. I don't want to see dashboards. I don't want to see carpet. I've seen a bunch of different stuff. All I want to see is a white piece of paper, your document on top of it, like so, document on top of it. Take your picture. You're good to rock and roll every single time. That is how you set up the perfect document. Yes, Landon, talk to me.
You said you don't add your credit report in here.
I don't do it yet. Give me a second. I'll show you how. I'll give you. So the way that you did it, it's changed. So we just gotta make sure that we do it correctly. So I'm gonna show everybody in that section. That's why I just want to make sure that everybody understands how to upload all the documents and everything, and then we'll get to the credit report. It's literally right.
So it's fine that I just removed it because of that.
I'm gonna remove it on the test file too. Don't worry. No problem. Now, passport card. Why do I use the passport card versus the ID? ID has the old address, has the old thing. See the passport card? What does it say? Place of birth, New York City. That's all it says. Doesn't have an address on it. Doesn't have anything on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a gem for the whole community. Gem is, if you don't have a passport, go get one. I don't care if you don't plan on leaving your corner of the earth. Go get a passport. It will help you because it is a federal document ID. And that ID, okay, is more powerful in this way than anything. Okay? I want everybody to know that. That's why. I don't walk around with my identification anymore. All I walk around with is my passport. It's as simple as that, ladies and gents. Cool? Cool. Now, gentleman over here wants to learn how to, Mr. Landon wants to learn how to pull a credit report. So after everything is done over here, we viewed all the data. We haven't pulled the credit report yet. I'm going to teach you guys how to pull the credit report. So we have our credit report from My Free Score now. I'm going to go to my manage profile. I'm going to see this over here. Now, for example, just in case you guys don't have everything that I have. Oops, what the heck just happened? Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. Perfect. Does this work? Let's see. Yes, this is the right one. For example, say you have this. Say you have a screen like this and it's zoomed in this much. All I want you to do is, you see this little gray line over here, ladies and gents? I want you to take this gray line and I want you to drag it over. Once you drag it over, I'm going to zoom out just so everybody sees it. Okay, it's going to say upload my free score now report. So we're going to click. Actually, let me go over here and delete the report. Here we go. Doing the same thing that you did, Landon. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to upload my free score now. And I am going to follow this verbatim, ladies and gentlemen. I am literally going to follow this verbatim. This is 5 steps. Literally 1 through 5. You click, do it, you will get it right every time. It works like Novocaine. It's perfect. Ready? Step 1. I'm literally going to click this. I'm going to log in.
Wait, how'd you get to that screen?
Come over here. Upload my free score now report. Okay. I'm going to log in. Now, after I log in, I am done. I do not need to click on anything over here. I'm going to go back to the software, and I'm going to click step 2. Now, step 2 is going to populate. On step 2, it's as simple as this, ladies and gentlemen. For all my Mac users, Command A. For all my PC users, Control A. It's going to select everything on the screen. After it selects everything on the screen, I'm just going to right-click, copy, and go back to the software. You see this box? It says paste here, JSON report. I'm going to come here and click paste here, and then click save. Who needs me to run through that again? You got it, Landon?
Perfect.
What happened, Miss Vicky? You're going, Miss Vicky, you're going too quick for me. What'd you just say?
Okay, so when I usually copy and paste, I write because it'll pull up the copy. On the right, I mean on the left side.
There's no,
Right,
it
right click, copy.
can't right-click copy. You got to select the file, the documentation. This is all HTML code. So you have to Control A first, then right-click. Now copy comes up. You can click copy, then go to the software, and then click paste. I do Control A, Control C, Control V. I confuse the shit out of everybody. So I keep it right-click for all the easy people. Right-click, copy, right-click, paste. Because that is the same thing, or 2-finger click, or whatever it is, whether you're using Mac or PC. So just trying to keep it as easy as possible for everybody in the room, so that everybody understands exactly what we're doing. And everybody understand that we good? I mean, legitimately, guys, we got 1 section left, and that's it. We're done. Literally, we're good. Okay. Yes, Charles. You good? Perfect. All right. So now we click save, and now we'll upload the report. It'll copy into the system. It'll move over here, and it'll be ready to rock and roll. Done. Now I uploaded the report. As you can see, it comes over here. Now, if you click the little pencil, you click on the pencil, you click process HTML, you'll actually be able to see the HTML code. And that's it. And that's it. That's done. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You ain't gonna sign up for them. That's bad business decision. I mean, unless they're paying you to do something. I mean, I don't do anything for free, so I gotta. Yeah, you gotta figure out what you're doing. But yes, I would assume that is at least where they're gonna start. You need all 3 of them, so not or, it's and. Yes. I just want to make sure. I heard or, and I was like, okay, we got to correct that right now. And
ID,
and
your passport or your ID, driver's license, and your social security card.
yes, yes. And your banks. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see why this is okay. Now that that's done, once you have added all your users, you can see everything. Now we have created the perfect profile. Now the profile is actually ready to go out and attack. And the way that we do that is we go to the send rounds of attack and we start working the send rounds of attack. Now, majority of you guys are new in the system, so you're not going to have anything here, so don't worry about it. But when you do get here, this is how you view all your old reports, all your old letters. You just click on the client, and then every single letter that has been generated in the system will be right here. So you could just view all the letters, and I have 4 pages or 5 pages of generations. So you can see all the pages that have been generated, all the different letters that have been generated over how many months I've been doing this. So that's just for you guys to understand that, how to go through it and how to make sure to go through everything. Now, we want to get the ball rolling and actually generate an attack. So to generate an attack, we're going to go to the attack area. And once we're going to go to the attack area, we're going to start attacking this. So here's how that works. I'm going to select my client that I just created. And after I select my client that just created, we're literally going to go to maximum effectiveness focus. And if you want me to print your letters out because you don't want to do it, you come over here, type in TPNPA. That's your discount code. And go over here and click generate. Now you're done. That's your 18-second way. I teach a more aggressive attack after. So this is going to be your maximum effective C focus. This is if you don't want to learn how to utilize the AI in any which way, shape, and form, and you want to do the best attack, click this maximum effective C focus and go from there. And that's the way that we're going to start going from that, and that's going to be the AI that you pick. Okay? That's it. 15 seconds. 18 seconds, whatever that is. Click generate and it'll start creating your letters. Now, how many people want to be power users? Put a 1 in the chat or write power you. Miss Collins. Miss Collins, you look like you out to dinner. Whatever you getting, give me some. I'm hungry. I'm about to have a Reese's peanut butter cup if that's the case. That's what I'm eating for dinner tonight. All right. Oh, I was like, look, you look nice, fancy, sitting in the booth over here. I'm like, look at this. Look at all nice and plush behind you. I get it. I'm like, what restaurant you at? Chez de la Home. That's what it's called. Chez de la Home. So let's go to, I saw a bunch of 1s. We're going to become power users. The way that we become power users is click do it yourself. And the way that we become power users is when we click do it yourself, I'm going to leave all this other stuff. I'm going to click generate right here. And when I click generate, it is going to bring me to this section. Now, I saw a bunch of people, some scattered people getting in at the end of class over here. We are finishing up, so there's going to be a lot of questions. I don't think you guys are going to have to wait until tomorrow's class to get those questions in. But the questions that I'm going to go through, I'm going to teach you how to generate a letter, so at least you'll have that for tomorrow, where they can teach you how to do the setup of a file tomorrow. I'm going to break everything down. This is the last time that I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the board. And when I do that, I'm going to make sure that everything's crazy. Come on, stop following me, camera. Okay, perfect. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break down the AIs. I'm going to break down all the stuff that we're going through. And we should be ready to rock and roll with this. Let me make sure I have my mouse over here. Cool. All right, let's go. Yeah. So, this is your AI. Okay? If this is your AI, when I select this, this is the most aggressive AI. Let me put my thing over here. This is the second. Let me get this in another color. Let's go pink. I want everybody to write this in the chat. MPEP. MPEP in the chat. Why? I want you to write it down to put it into fruition that you guys know that MPEP is the most aggressive attack. Then after you're done writing MPEP, I want you to write MPEC. That's the second most aggressive attack. And because that's the second most aggressive attack, we have to know that as well. We have to know what is the aggressive, what is the most aggressive, and how do we utilize in the betterment of our system those two attacks. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. Beautiful. I see MPEP, I see MPEP, and MPEC. Good. Okay? MPEC, MPEC, and MPEP. MPEP and MPEC. MPEP is the most aggressive. MPEC is the second most aggressive. Why do I teach you both of them? Why do I even go over it? God forbid you don't have MPEP. You know to go to the second most aggressive, which is MPEC. Sometimes there's an error. Sometimes there's not an error. Sometimes it's a reporting thing. Sometimes it's the credit report. I don't know. But you want to know something? That doesn't stop us from moving forward. That does not stop us from moving forward. We just keep chugging along and keep doing the most aggressive every single time that we have the ability to do. So in this case, MPEP is here. I'm going to select MPEP, which we did. And then I'm going to, I'm going to get rid of the pink first. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to go over here to the attack number. This is my first attack. So I'm going to select indemnity 1. Ladies and gentlemen, for the pocket conscientious people, what does that mean to me? What does that mean? The people who are having financial difficulties, this is how you do it without reading a credit report. You click check all in blue. You come down to the bottom where it says unlimited. You hit 6, default, default, default. Ladies and gentlemen, that you have just created the most aggressive financially stable attack. Now, is that the best attack? Is that the most aggressive? Yes and no. It will do everything, but it will also trigger a stall letter. So I want everybody to understand that this will trigger a stall letter, but it's okay to get the ball rolling if you want to stay here. It will take you a little longer to get things done, but that's okay. I want everybody to understand something. That's okay. It's okay for this to take a little longer to get some stuff done. It's okay. I want everybody to understand that. Because the whole point of what this is, the whole point of what this is just to get the ball rolling. Now, if you're ready to go full craziness, check all in green. All I'm going to do is change the 6 to, I'm going to count all the boxes. The boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 green boxes. I'm going to time that by 3, and that's 36. And then I'm going to hit next. I'm not doing anything with this. I'm just utilizing it just so that when I go to this next screen, right? When I go to this next screen, right? That if I make a boo-boo here, if I make a mess up in any which way, shape, and form, and I click generate by accident, what's going to happen? I am going to generate the most aggressive attack in this system with that no matter what. It's going to generate me the most aggressive attack no matter what. Does that make sense? I know I might lose a couple of people in that one, but that is the way that you generate the most aggressive attack no matter what. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys how to read the credit report.
I have a quick question before you go forward. So, dog green, what number did you say we switched from?
36. All you're going to do is count the green boxes, right? Write this down in your notes. Count the green boxes. There'll be 12 green boxes. Don't count the check all box. A lot of people count the check all box. You just got to count the categories. Categories, there's 12 categories. So 12 times 3 is going to be 36. Cool? Cool? All right, let's get rocking. Let's read what's on this credit report. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a big old line, and it's going to point down here. Now, every software has a different color. Okay, this one it particularly is orange. So if we utilize the orange, we're going to click this button down here, and all of a sudden, all these little circles pop up. What the heck just happened? Okay, all these little circles pop up. And all these little circles, what do? All of these little circles are called accounts on your credit report. And each of these accounts that are on your credit report, okay, are good and bad. Can anybody tell me which one they think are the good ones? Let's go. Good job, Miss Vicky. Good job. The ones in green. Hold on. It's not there. It's right here. You see the little button right here? You see it right there? Yes, ma'am. I just clicked it. I clicked it, went up. I drew that line so you guys can follow where the orange button was. Got you. Okay? You see that? You see all that? Miss Vicky, how did you come to the assumption that the green ones were the good ones? Is green on your... Okay. Hey, look, I'm not going to mess up. I'm not going to go any further than that. I usually say green means money. So at the end of the day, we good. So it doesn't matter. I don't care how you get to, how did you get to the answer as long as the answer is right. You don't need to show your work over here. It's a third grade math class. Here we go. Hide positive items. Because green means money, we're going to hide those positive items. I'm going to delete the lines, and we're going to go back to that circle again, and we're going to see what pops up. Well, look at that. Did all the money disappear, all the good money disappear, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it went bye-bye. Yes, it went bye-bye. And because it went bye-bye, at the end of the day, now we're left with all the negative items. So now we just got to break the negative items down. So here's how this works. I'm going to try to simplify it. Every single one of those circles is color coordinated, which means if it's one color, it equals the same thing in that color. The same thing also goes that every single color here is a negative item. How the severity of that negative item, we'll go over it. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to find out how each negative item works. Now, if you're on a computer, I can show you how to do this extremely quickly, but because the majority of people do this from tablets and cell phones, I'm going to show you guys how to do it from there. Box 1 over here is your negative item number. What that means is the flashing number at the bottom corresponds with the number at the top. So, well, not flashing, excuse me. The number at the bottom that you clicked is the number that corresponds at the top. It is not flashing at the moment. Don't worry about the flashing numbers. Actually, the flashing number just means that it doesn't have an address, but we're not really worried about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these boxes are labeled. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. Type of reported issue. This is the most important box in this segment because type of reported issue means type of negative item. Means it tells you what type of negative it is. Does anybody want to guess what type of negative item this is? I'm going to eat a Reese's while one of you guess. Who? Who said it? I didn't hear you. You're broken up. What did you say? What type of information? So, personal information? Ms. Collins, why don't you tell the class how you got to that? How you got to that?
So, in box 2, mm-hmm.
So, the negative item is circled at the top, and it's in box 2. So now, the way that you got that is in negative item is personal identifier information. What do we do with that info, Ms. Collins?
We go back to the screen with the
Well, we're not going to jump back and forth right now. So what will we do if we have our notepad in front of us?
So we're gonna write that down and the number that
We don't have to write the number, but we just write personal information down. Yes, perfect. Good job, Miss Collins. Atta girl. Good job. Good job. So everybody follow along what Miss Collins just did. Miss Collins just basically told you, box 2, this is the negative item. Kind of why I wrote negative item over here, guys. So we don't need to guess in this software. Everything is in front of your face. And I want everybody to understand that. There's no guesswork here. Okay? I want you guys to actually understand. If you don't understand how I got something, say I don't understand. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to keep going until you get it. Here's the key. Software can't make you guess. If it makes you guess, you're going to guess incorrectly. Because 98% of people do not know how to read a credit report. But if it breaks it down this way, ladies and gentlemen, you'll know how to read a credit report every single time. So guys, here, everybody except for Miss Collins. I'm going to get rid of this square over here and this and this. All right? I'm going to leave the bumpers on. What's number 2, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. Who said personal information at the beginning? You jumped the gun just a little too quickly. I got you, Miss Woods. All right, I figured. I just didn't want to assume. Miss Woods, you jumped the gun just a little too quickly. Okay? What happens is when I click the button over there, if I'm gonna sit at the desk and use my mouse. It'll be a lot easier. Ready? I'm gonna do number 3. What's number 3, ladies and gentlemen? Perfect. What's number 4? What's number 5? Ms. Vicky, number 2, right here. Box 2. Exactly. So let's start again over here. What's number 2? What's number 3? No, don't worry. I'm clicking the third negative at the bottom. See, 3 up here. Says 3 up here. That's your negative item. You're always going to stay in box 2. You're never going to move from box 2. Your thing is to know what you're attacking and what that number is. So if this is number 3, so watch. I'm going to go to number 15, Miss Vicky. There is no box 15. What is this negative item? Atta girl. Perfect. Perfect. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Number 16. What's 16, ladies and gentlemen? 17. 18. All right, somebody say it. Come on. You want to leave? No. Ms. Collins, you want to enlighten them?
Number 18.
No. I said somebody say it. What is it?
It's requiring
No, Miss Collins, I got you. I got you. It's okay. It's okay. You were taking notes. Guys, what did I say at the beginning about the colors? If you remember now, you can say it.
Okay, so the color means a different type of requirement.
Okay, but what happens if it's a brown one? What does that mean? It's all the same thing. Everything is color coordinated. I said it at the beginning before we got started. Everything is color coordinated in the software. So I can click all the way to 40, from 2 to 40, and it's all going to be the same thing. And everybody's going to be like, why do you keep clicking on the damn inquiries?
So brown means inquiry.
Yes, ma'am. You want me to test it? You want me to test that theory for you? Watch. Let's go to 25. What is that, Miss Woods? What's number 31, Miss Woods? Was I did say that in the beginning. Everybody wasn't paying attention. I'll say it every class. And do you know how many people pay attention? Not many. I will literally get to 20. I was like, can somebody just please say it already? 37, same thing. Now that I gave you guys the cheat sheet, and everybody got the cheat sheet, I'm going to take the bumpers off, and we're going to go to the next color. Where the hell is the stupid thing over here? Here we go. I'm going to take the bumpers off. Right? The next color is this light green. What's 41? Somebody come over here and tell me what 41 is. Atta girl, Miss Vicky. Good job. You got it already. But why is it a different color, Miss Vicky? Why is it a light green? Okay. Hey, look, you don't know, you don't know. I'm here to explain. See at the top over here? The type of inquiry related to an account, this is a best inquiry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, whenever I see this light green and there's a little lighter green than this one, it's called a good inquiry. Okay? No inquiry is good or best. But for the people that are new and just getting started, we don't like these inquiries. Why? Because if we happen to move them by accident and you have an irate client like I used to have back in the day, what happens is they start screaming at you for no reason. Because you close down their credit card, you could potentially get their car repoed, you could do something that it's not copacetic. So what do? We just scroll down to the bottom over here. You see this remove this content box, and we click remove this content box. As you can see, there's another best inquiry over here, and that was 42. I'm going to do the same thing. Because we don't need headaches. Not even for yourself. You don't need... The reason that you would move an inquiry that is attached to an account is because it can close that potential account down. Okay? Layman's terms. If you remove it and they want to be a-holes, I gotta remember this is not my personal class. This is I doing this for somebody else. If they want to be a-holes and they close that file down, you can either lose your credit card, you can lose your car, you can lose whatever that account is attached to. And I've watched it happen. I've watched them repossess a car over an inquiry. So, we don't like headaches because that is it. Yeah, you just leave it alone. So I remove the box. I just go, you see, remove this content box. I just click that and remove it. That's it. That's it. Life is easy. Remember, sometimes your peace is more important than a stupid inquiry. That's it. The rest of the stuff that shows up, the rest of the colors, are all detrimental. An inquiry is less than 5 points. I don't need a headache for 5 points. Does that make sense to everybody that's in this room right now? I don't need a headache for 5 points. Okay? All right. Ready? 87. What is 87, guys? Keep going, Miss Vicky. You almost done. You're missing a major piece. There you go. You don't need to include information in everything that you say, guys, but you need to include that 1, 2. Do you guys want to take a guess at what 1, 2 means by any chance? Nope. What is it, Mr. Wright? It just means bingo. 1 or 2. 1 to 2 late pay. No, it just means it's literally 30-day or 60-day. That's it. That is it. It's not, because what happens is when you're late, you're gonna have a 30-day late, you're gonna have a 30-day late, and that's it. But that means you have 2 delinquency lates. Okay? So what happens is it'll take up to a 60-day. Jay, there'll be another class tomorrow with Miss Deborah at 6 p.m. And the way that you find it is on the home page of the software and the dashboard. So you always want to make sure that you go over here, no problem, and understand that. So now it says all other delinquency lates 1-2. I write it down on the sheet AODL 1-2. That's all I do. I abbreviate everything. Okay, make it nice and easy. Now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go to 88. What's 88, guys? Oh, perfect. That's perfect. What just came up after? I didn't hear. I heard derogatory late, Miss Vicky. Go. I had a girl, Miss Vicky. Good job. Good job. I said, just write that down. You good. You did perfect. You did perfect. Great job, Miss Vicky. All right. Let's go to the next one. 89. Good job, Miss Vicky. Now, technically, you're wrong. Yes, that's what it says on the screen. You're 100% right over here. So there's an error in the software. I don't want to call it an error. It's just a mislabeling. So the charge off and collection, as you can see, it says unknown, other unknown account, charge off and collection. So what happens is, do I have access here? No, I do not have access here. Okay. So inside of the software, in the red, green, and blue boxes, there is a box that says medical charge off and collection, student loan charge off and collection, and then it says nothing else. It says all other charge off and collection. So charge off information, what it's basically saying is this is a what? All other. So all you want to do is make sure you write AOCC down or all other charge off and collections, and that's the best way to go about it. Understand, Miss Vicky? AOCC, all other charge off and collections. You write it down anywhere on a piece of paper, anywhere that you got. So when we go back to select the boxes, you're just gonna write it down. You can put a note in your phone, anything. You guys should have taken notes of everything that we've been going over, because how are you gonna turn on the AI if you don't got notes? All right, let's move on to the next one. 90. What was 90? Good job, Miss Woods. All other charge off and if it does not state anything else. If it states medical charge off, then it's a medical charge off. If it says student loan, it's a student loan. But if it doesn't state anything and it says charge off information, it is AOCC. Good question, Mr. Wright. 91. Yeah, I was like, y'all leaving Miss Vicky out. Y'all live. Don't worry about that, Miss Vicky. We're not reading the credit report. This is reading the credit report over here. So this is the actual credit report. So this is the actual credit report. We don't need the credit report. We don't even need to know who it was. All we need to know is how the software is going to label it for the AI, so that we could select the AI. Make sense? All right. Let's go to 92. Perfect. 93. Perfect. 94. Oh, 94. There we go. Atta girl, Miss Woods. 95. Come on, Miss Woods. Help out. Help out, Miss Woods. All right. 96, Miss Woods. Just finish it out. Close it strong. There we go. Perfect. So Miss Vicky did one half, Miss Woods did the end half, and Mr. Wright did the middle half. Perfect. Watch this. At the end, we come over here. We see all our information. What I do is I do this on a computer. So everything that I do, I label the files. I rename all the documents. I rename all the documents with all the proper information. So I'll put first name, last name, ID, first name, last name, social security card, first name, last name, POA, which is proof of address. The reason that I do all of this is so that when I am writing my documents and I'm uploading them into the software, when I come to this one, because this is basically saying everything over here is what the AI is going to write, and then include this at the end of the documents after it's completed. Oh, great. As soon as this is done, we're done. So now what I do is I scroll up, I click top. I come to the client information over here, and I double check this information. She's good here. She's good here. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's good to rock and roll. I go to general settings, and now I reset the whole system. And it's as easy as clicking on that AI, turn it off, turn it on, select that first round of attack, and now it brings us to these boxes. When it brings us to these boxes, now we have done taking notes and we know what the credit report has on it. So I don't need any pre-selected data. I'm going to select the most aggressive data by clicking check all in red. After I check all in red, what do I do? What do I do? The next thing that I do is I'm going to start going over and checking all the negative items in green. So how many people took notes over here? Miss Collins, I know you were taking notes. Miss Vicky, were you taking notes? Miss Vicky, give me a negative item you got on your sheet. Yeah, what all that stuff I was making you read, what negative item did you have? You read a lot of them. No. Thank you, Mr. Wright. AOCC. There's AOCC. Bingo. What else did we have? Student loan derogatory what? Want to hear it. All of it. Atta girl. Boom. Let's go. You guys got 2 more negative items to add to this list. What are the next 2 negative items? We didn't have that. I'm not. Let me move my hand so you don't think. What's the next one? Okay. One more. We already got that one. It's all checked off. No, Miss Vicky. We didn't have medical derogatory late. What? Say, Miss Vicky, finish it. 1 to 2. Bingo. There you go. Do you guys see how important it is to take notes and write everything down. Okay, I don't have it in this office. I have it in the printing office where we do all the printing. I actually have this whole green, red, green, and blue box thing actually written down. And I used to take a Sharpie, not a Sharpie, Excel marker, and I used to go over every single time. Check, 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 check. Every time I did this. So I never had to take a guess at what I was doing. And that is the key. You want to make sure that you know what you're doing every single month with this. Cool beans? Cool beans. Now, count the green check boxes, ladies and gentlemen. So anything that's selected in green, that's checked. And tell me what it is. Okay. Miss Vicky, how many credit bureaus are there? 3 credit bureaus. What's 5 times 3, Miss Vicky? That's it. You're going to put that in the first box right here. And if you don't see that number, you always round up, guys. So if it says 12, you're going to go to 15. If it says 28, you're going to go to 30 or 36, whatever it is. And then you're going to go default, default, default. See that? We good here? And hit next. That's it. I swear it's that's easy. That's it. It's that easy. Now, click OK. Click include all 3 bureaus and generate your letters. You're done. That is it. Click include all 3 bureaus, generate your letters, and you are completed. Okay? Now, what happened? You see where it says PPAMS by Ali Badi? If you didn't select it before and you want to select it in this screen, just make sure you just select it to us. Leave all the other outs, all the other stuff, and make sure that. But guys, when you're selecting, if you want to send it to me, make sure you click me, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. If you don't click Alibaba and the 40 Thieves and you get somebody else, they're not going to do what we do. I'm telling you this now. I don't know their process, but I definitely know they don't do what we do. I will not fix your letter. So if anybody tells you that they're going to fix your letter for you, you sent it to the wrong place, because you're going to make that same mistake next month. And here's the thing. I was having a discussion with the developers, and there's certain places that they've included information in the writings and things like that in the software. And one of the developers told me, Ali, it's easier for them to generate the letters than it is to fix the letter. You're not going to find it every single spot. We might include the first name. We might include the last name. We might not include everything. Okay? You got to refresh your screen, Landon. Sometimes it does happen. But you got to make sure that you do it correct in the sentiment. Like, look, here. Generate the letter. I'm done. I'm going to generate that letter for you guys. So just double check that. Make sure that it happens, and when you guys are dealing with us, you're just selecting us, and we'll make sure. I send everything via text message, so make sure it's your phone number, not your client's. And the only reason is I'm going to send you everything via link. So you can send it to your client if you want your client to pay, or yourself, friend, auntie, uncle. I don't matter who. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as it's somebody that you're dealing with. Files download to your system, then you can open them up and view. Yep, you're good. Did we get an order? Let's see if did you send them to us? Yep. Yep, beautiful. Yeah. Every Wednesday, every Saturday morning. You print with my team, you also get my advanced tactics class on Friday. So, yes, I do a lot of the trainings. My team also, ladies and gentlemen, if you do print with us by any which way, shape, and form, and you need somebody to help, my team will walk you through the software. So the printing team does a lot over here. to help you guys get through anything that you need to do in the software, and we try our best to help you the best that we possibly can. So, key case in point, we do whatever we can to get you guys to get the best results possible. Now, remember, no results are guaranteed, no matter what you do, no matter how you go through it. It's going to take some time. Software is not meant to do the 30, 60, 90-day stuff. Don't think you're going to get a removal in the first 30 days. Some people are lucky. Some people have to wait. I had one person wait 9 months to get a removal. But a lot of it is understanding the software, also understanding credit repair, like credit repair 101 type of thing. And if you understand credit repair 101, you will really, 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 really start to utilize the software in a more powerful and efficient way. And I try my best to take my time, make sure that you explain everything to everybody thoroughly, and do the best that I possibly can and answer all questions. Because this was a smaller class, as you can see, I got done before the 2-hour mark. Woohoo! But if there are any questions, I will stay on for a little bit, answer any questions for you guys. And, welcome to all the people who just got started. I'm looking forward to working with you. No problem, Landon. Pleasure doing business with you, buddy. Mm-hmm. There's another session tomorrow with Mr. Bora. There's another session with Mr. Bora tomorrow, and there'll be another session on Saturday with me. It starts at 11 a.m. in the morning. Remember to access that. Just click the home screen and just click right here, and I'll give you the walkthrough. Eastern Standard Time. So what is that, 9 a.m. your time or 8 a.m. your time? Yep, 8 in the morning your time. Yes, ma'am. Goodbye. No. What's that? I know. Oh, God. Mm-hmm. The most aggressive attack. So here's the thing. Let's break it down. This attack, when I say this attack right here is the most aggressive, this is the most aggressive because it's going to split it all up. Okay? It's not going to give you the most aggressive AI every single time, but it will give you the most aggressive filing. What happens with this one is we realized that people were not getting deletions. They weren't even getting proper setups, and they're sitting there now complaining that the software is not working when they're using really the most basic of basic attacks. Okay? Not to go too deep and lose everybody. So now we switched our terminology on how we said, and we're trying to say maximum effectiveness focus, because at least if we're sending out the ones that are split, it gives them a better chance of getting a deletion versus this one that doesn't give, it gives them a worse shot, and they're all getting stall letters on this first one. So that's the difference. Now, when you do it yourself, what you're going to do is this now, so they went to Phenom. You're not, now you want to select indemnity, which is the most aggressive. Now you get the most aggressive letter with the most aggressive attack. Anything in green with the most aggressive AI with the most aggressive attack. That's the key. So that's how you do it. Now, a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to do that. Okay? So I meet people where they're at.
What do you mean by meeting the knowledge?
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes it's not even the knowledge. Sometimes they just don't have the mental capacity to do it. And I've had some people that are like, Ali, no. Okay, no problem. I'm all right with that. Hey, look, you know what? It's better to know when somebody can say no versus somebody that tries and then gets it wrong and gets frustrated. Just know, okay, let's go. Let's meet you where you're at. What can we do to get you where you're at? And this is where we ended up with them. It's as simple as that.
Okay, that's what I want to know. So my question now is, can I go back and fix my can I go back and fix my profile for the one that I have already
Y-
in the system?
The one that you generated already?
Yeah.
You know the answer to that one. There you go. Ray, can you drop the YouTube channel for everybody in the thing, please? There you go. Yes. Yes. You already knew the answer to that. Why? Why, Miss Collins?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Well, we went over it in the first few minutes of the thing. The tokens. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter if you select the wrong attack, you did it wrong, anything, the AI needs to eat. Doesn't matter if you did it right or wrong. When you put that token to it and you say, "Hey, here's your token," remember? Okay, I love to get this visualization. Here's a visualization. You remember back in the day, you used to go to arcade with your friends, right? You used to only get a certain amount of tokens, right? And it's that stupid game. Sometimes you drop the stupid token in, and then when you dropped it in, you're like, "Shit, I don't want to play this damn game," right? This is the same thing. You know what my game was? Freaking skee ball. I hate that shit. And I always had to play it with somebody. Somebody always wanted to play it, right? And I would drop that stupid token in there and regret it every damn time. This is the same thing. If you mess up, whatever, those balls come down, you're screwed. You got to play it regardless. Okay? I know you love skee ball. I know you love skee ball. That's my wife, guys. As my wife is walking across the front, said, "I love skee ball." So, are you okay? Is your neck better?
I'm gonna take her up.
You're gonna go upstairs? All right, guys. Give me 1 second. My wife's taking my daughter to bed. Come to daddy. No, you don't want to come to daddy. Daddy just want to give you a kiss. Come on.
Super crazy.
Oh, what's wrong? Okay, come over here. Let's get daddy a kiss. Come, daddy. Come here. Oh, come here, boo. Say hi. Wave to everybody. Say hi. Look, she's saying hi. Who's that? You know him. Look who. Say hi, Ray. Ray, she's freaking smiling for you. She's tired. Good night, baby. All right, Bubba. All right, Bubba. Go. Go to sleep with mama. All right. So that's the key of what I try to explain to everybody is with this software, an error is costly. It costs you $40 every time you make an error in this software. That's why I explain all the numbers and everything in the pricing section when I go through it, because people don't realize how costly it can get when you're going through it. And my team does not forgive you, while other teams will forgive you because you wind up getting complacent. And we did it. We were the ones that initiated the edits in the software, and we were the ones going in and fixing everybody's mistake. And we said, okay, do me a favor. We're going to fix your mistake this round. Go in and go fix it in the software. They make the same mistake next month. They make the same mistake the month after. Okay, so you're just being lazy now. So what would happen is we stop making the edit. We stop making, because we never charged for it. We stop making edits and we say, hey, look, if your file's not good, that's it. We're not pushing forward with this. And that's it. And now we changed it because when the dev came to us and told us that there's spaces that you're not going to see it in, now I'm also messing up the quality of your letter. So this is everything that you guys are got to understand, and everything that we go over with you guys is for the quality of your letter. When your letter goes out, no matter if a computer system or a human being is reading it, you want the quality of the letter to be top notch. That's everything that we strive for. Does that make sense to everybody that's in here right now? Perfect.
How do we know if we made an error?
If you send it to me, I'll let you know. If you do it yourself,
I sent my real body back to everybody right wrong.
did you send it to us? Ray, get the phone number from Ms. Woods, double check, because you should have got feedback immediately. We literally tell you, if you did it right or wrong, immediately. It'll say, hey, look, you passed our review process, you failed our review process. Ray, double check that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, Miss Woods. So you're good to rock and roll. You did great. Yeah. We don't allow the letters to go out if you didn't do it correctly. End of story. Literally the slogan of the company, we only perfect gets printed. So we want to make sure that every single file that goes out is at least perfect in the standard case. Some people can't, say if somebody has an ID that a little cut off at the bottom or whatever, we're not gonna go crazy about it. But at the end of the day, we try our best to try to send out the best document possible. Make sense? Cool. Any other questions, guys? Yes, Charles. Her letters to be printed. So in the software, when you're setting up your letters, right? You're setting up your letters. If you look at my screen and you click over here, you see printing and mailing service. You see the Ali Badi team? That's my team. So if you click that over here and you select that button, now you don't print and mail your letters. I print and mail it for you. So now I will review, double check, triple check your letters, make sure that everything's good, make sure that everything's perfect, and then send your letters out. If you print them yourself or send them to any of the other brands over there, I don't work with those guys. I don't know how they work. I don't know what they do. If you work with one of them and you go through something and something happens, I can't attest. I can only attest for myself. So we go over, we double check everything, we make sure that it's good, and then we ship out your letters to where they need to go. I mean, if you do one tonight and it's good, it'll probably be out and headed towards the bureau by the time we have another class on Saturday morning. So, yes. Now, if you do one tonight and you send us a letter and it doesn't look good, somebody from my team will probably get on the phone with you and say, hey, look, we can walk you through the process of doing that. I think actually he's going to leave in 15 minutes. So probably not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. But yes, that is something that we work on. Absolutely. Cool? Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to do an attack tonight.
Go for it. Don't overthink the process. Once you know how to look at what's there, once you know how to find your credit report, just write everything down. Once you write everything down, reset the system. Don't forget, you have everything on Smart Hustlers University, and you have everything on the M2 Trainer Attack. Go nice and slow, watch the videos, go over it. I'm gonna tell you something. By the third time you do this attack, you're an expert. Yes, I'm serious. It's not hard. What happens is, it's not hard. What happens is you just got to do it. Some people just got to do it. Where did you make your mistake? You can go 100 times and realize you screwed up in your profile no matter how many times you looked at it. Sometimes you just need another set of eyes. And that's the key. And that, see, we didn't penalize you for that, but if you look at the text, in the text it will say, hey, look, next round, put your middle name. Right, Ray? Did it say that on the phone system? It should have said that. You can look. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's up to you. They have a 15-day play and they have a 30-day play. I'm the old school. I believe in the 30-day play. I don't believe in the 15-day play. Okay? And the reason that I don't believe in a 15-day play is you're gonna trigger something called a frivolous dispute. Okay? And when you do this frivolous dispute, that means they're not going to view your letters anyway. I don't like wasting people's money. You got to understand something. I'm not the software company. I'm the printing company. So who the first person you're going to yell at if you get a frivolous dispute in the mail? You coming right after my ass.
I have to pay, I'm sorry, I have to pay you to send the letters off,
Yes, sir. I'm a completely different company.
and that's what you said was $40?
No, I'm not. It depends on what you have, brother. I'm not $40 at all. You could be $2. It could be $900. The most expensive set of letters that I had was $903. Oh yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't bankruptcies. Bankruptcies range depending on how you do it, tracking or no tracking. With tracking, they can range anywhere from $150 to $300, while standard mail they'll range anywhere from $100 to $150. While what that person did was called the Lexington Law Method. Money wasn't an option to them. I want you to understand that. Okay, they were making money. They didn't give a shit what it was. They just wanted it to pay and go out the most aggressive. So the Lexington Law option is they attack everything else, every negative item on a singular level, which means every negative item goes in one envelope by itself. They sent out almost 195 letters. Yes. I showed you here, guys. Look, I showed you how to generate 155 letters. Here. Look. Here, I did it myself. I showed you guys how to do it. It's easy. Here, 150 letters. It's not hard. I told you the software would generate whatever the hell you want it to generate. You just got to know how to generate it. The more negatives you have, the more the software can generate. But here's the thing. You don't want to pay for it. You don't want to pay for it. And the cheapest that I've had was $2.96. So it all depends on how your letters go out. I can't. That's why I said everybody. Well, give me a number. I can't give you a number because if you have this, right, and you have this, don't you think these two prices are going to be completely different? I talk logic to people. I'm like, yo, if every file came out 30, right? Well, everybody's file is the same. It's very easy. But literally, I generate a 24, 150, 30, and 3. Do you think there's a little discrepancy on how that pricing goes up and down? Do you think somebody's going to be really, really mad at me if I tell them one price and it comes out of the other? Yes. So what I tried to... I don't know. So it ranges. It ranges. I think standard was like $110, something like that. All in 110, but it's the 24 letters. It all goes. The pages is where it goes crazy. It's the pages where it goes crazy. So here, take a look at this. I'm gonna show you guys this. Ray, is our software running? Yes. Is it usable? Because I saw you using it today. Or fuck. I want to show you guys something. So I just downloaded that file, right? It's got 150 pages in it, right? Where is this? Okay, here it goes. There's 150. I'm going to show you the software that we use to count, one of the softwares that we use to count the letters, right? No, I'm just showing them what it is. Look, watch this. If I go to mergers, just to give you an idea of how many freaking letters are in here, if I take this and I go here, 819 pages on 150 letters. Yeah. So it gets hairy when it's 819 pages. It gets hairy when it's like that. So that's where people like, wow, it's not really that much. It's not really that much. And then all of a sudden you see 819 pages, like, Bill, what the hell just happened? So now you have all of that has costs to it. And that's when I teach a Friday class, my Friday class, I teach cost coefficient. Cost coefficient is understanding all of this together. Regardless if you did it or I did it, you still have to print it out. You still have to buy ink. You still have to include your time. You still have to do all this stuff, which people don't take. It's cheaper if I do it. Yeah, you're right. It's cheaper if you do it. Yeah, you're 100% right. It's cheaper and you do it because you don't ever account for your time. So now you just discounted the shit out of your time. So that's the key. So when I tell people that, I'm like, think about that. And then all of a sudden they're like, and you don't know what you don't know. So what happens if you, for 3 months of doing it yourself, you send out the wrong letter 3 months in a row? Yeah, we've had that. Do you know when I got started in this software, I know you wouldn't know, but you guys, when I got started in the software 3 years ago, people used to click on me by accident. They used to go to the other providers. They used to click on me by accident, and they came into one of my things, and one of the guys turned around and said, I was sending out with the other guy for 5 months, and he never caught the errors in my software. You caught it in the first month. Mistakes cost a lot of money. Not only does it cost $40, it costs your time. Cost your time. That's what people don't think about. They're like, what do you mean it costs my time? Your time is money. Your time has cost a lot of money, and 30 days of your time is a lot of freaking money. And why is everybody here? Why did people join up on that class with Dion and Schmitty and Darius tonight? They joined up on that class because they want money. So how much money are you being withheld from every 30 days your round doesn't do nothing? On average, about $75,000 to $150,000 in potential funding. So if you're being withheld back anywhere between $75,000 to $150,000, do you guys think there's a tiny little issue there? Yeah, I agree, Miss Vicky. I agree. Hence the case of why I am very thorough on how I teach you guys how to do things. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm very, very thorough on how I teach you guys how to do things. Oh. And I am...
If we was to print the letters ourselves, or that we
No need to print it in color. Black and white is just fine. Don't forget, it's going through a scanner. It doesn't need to be printed in color. Class starts tomorrow, I think. For who? Dion, Schmitty, and them. I thought class started tonight. I think they had one tonight, one tomorrow, one Friday. That's what I thought. I think they started the main night tonight.
I have another question.
You may have another answer.
So I'm wondering, buying your platform as well. How does it, like when I buy their mentorship, how does it
Girl, you're not catching what I'm putting down.
Okay.
Friday. Friday. That's a Friday class. Yeah, that's okay. Tomorrow. Yeah. Friday class. That's always the private class. Always the private class. When we do that, it's always the private class. I don't answer that one over here. Remember, try to keep this all credit repair. Does anybody have any more credit repair questions? What happened? Why are you asking me such a damn loaded question? I can't answer that. I cannot. So let me explain something to you truthfully. The other trainers get paid from the software company. They're probably on an hourly rate. I don't get paid from the software company. I get paid when you print from me. So I'm allowed to speak in front of you because I'm going to try to get more printing work. So I have an incentive to be a little more thorough than other people, if that makes any sense. Okay. I don't poop on anybody. I don't say anything on anybody because I understand the situations that they're in. So I have a little bit of a different situation versus everybody I'm very transparent about it because I have the ability to make my own money by being transparent. And at the end of the day, the truth and the fact of the matter is excuse me, I apologize. The truth and fact of the matter with everybody in the room that, yes, I'm here to get printing. So, yeah, I don't push it as hard as I should, but at the end of the day, you guys, once you see, I remember him, that was the guy who was teaching the class. So when they go, that's the guy who's teaching the class, they're like, I'm going to go with him. And that's the key. I also tell you guys, like, if you're doing anything, you've used our services, write it in the school community, write it in the Facebook community. Let them know that you've came to us, you're working with us, because the key and the fact of the matter is we want you guys to have the best of the best. Okay? We want you guys to have whatever you're utilizing, whatever you're going through, so you guys can grow what you need. That's the truth. And I try to be very thorough in everything that I do. Try to answer the questions as best as I can. Normally, this class goes 2 hours, and we just hit the 2-hour mark. But at the end of the day, we had a 30-minute Q&A section where I never get to do that. My normal classes, everybody's interrupting me every 5 seconds. Ms. Woods, you want to get me in trouble. Can't be talking about that business funding in here. Can't be talking about any of that stuff in here. How did you get off into business funding? We didn't get off into business funding. So I was connecting the dots for somebody today on that, and it was funny because I was doing I'm going on a podcast very soon, and on that podcast I was talking to the guy who hosts the podcast, and him and I were talking, and I explained to him like what happens once a person fixes your credit. Now they get the ability to get access to funding. Once they get access to funding, now the ability to go out and go, purchase a business, do this, do that, and et cetera. And him and I were just talking about it, and he's like, I've been trying to tell my guy to open up a gym and do this and do that, and he wants to utilize his own money. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid. And the guy goes to me, he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, that's stupid. I was like, do you want me to use other words to explain stupid to you? And he looked at me like, who the hell do I think I am? I'm like, bro, so we live in a debtor society right now, which means that we carry debt. The bank is not going to come and collect on the debt, right, until we default on the debt. As long as we keep paying on the debt, the bank is going to sit there and sit on the debt all day long. Do you know why? The bank in the first 6 months has made money on your debt by trading gold and silver. So because they've traded the gold and the silver and they understand what's going on, they're happy with whatever it is. So what do? What do? They are now happy with everything, and they have now moved on. Okay? That is the key. That is the instance of whatever that is. So they don't care that you're in the debt. That's why they sell your debt off. They're going to make money twice on you. Sometimes they make money 3 times on the debt that you've sold off. That's why they sell it for 10 cents on the dollar. And now, once we start doing that, once we start going through all this information, we start opening up people's eyes. Well, why the hell would I take my money out of my account? No. Let me go get debt, accrue debt, utilize the debt to purchase all the stuff, and now take more debt out and live off the debt. Because what are they going to do? When they come to collect the debt, where are they coming to collect the debt from? The assets. And they can't take the asset because no debt can be, they can't take your business. Does anybody understand that? They can put a lien on your business, but they can't take your business. So what happens? That's why bankruptcies exist. That's why all that stuff exists. So what do? Well, you can get your business down to a shell, claim bankruptcy, put all the information in another place, and now move forward. And all the big rich people have been doing this for years. Why do you think they teach you to open up multiple LLCs? Everything's under another LLC. Well, what happens? I take one LLC and I sell my shit off to the other LLC. If they go after LLC A, they can't go after LLC B. And I can sell everything from LLC A to LLC B for $1. And what are they going to do? Can't do nothing about it. So, do we live in a free commerce society? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is you guys are not getting hurt. You know where you're getting hurt at? Working at just over freaking broke. That's where you're getting hurt at. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. When I was working my job, right, I was paying out the wazoo in freaking taxes every single week. Every single time I got a check, they take $300, they take $500, they take $600 out of my check. One time they took $1,000 out of my check. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm working like a jackass to pay the stupid freaking government. Damn W-2. I'm losing $1,000 on a stupid check. Why am I working like a dog? Check this shit out. First time it ever happened to me, and this is where I learned this. Last year, 24. So last year I had to pay it. 24, I'm doing my taxes with my accountant, right? Going over all the business expenses, doing everything. He goes, this is a write-off, 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 this is business expense, this is a business expense, this is a business expense, this is a write-off. I'm like, hold on, wait. Cost of doing business. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck are you doing, bro? He goes, everything in life has an expense to it. I didn't pay. He goes, look, the only thing I can't write off is your stupid groceries. He goes, that's the only thing I really can't write off is your stupid groceries. So, everything else he wrote off. Every single luncheon I had was a write-off. Every time I paid a cell phone bill, that's a write-off. Every time I paid an internet bill, that's a damn write-off. All of a sudden, I went from making X, Y money to now, after all the expenses, I made Z money. And it was like this big. I made, on paper, less money than I ever made after write-offs, less money than I ever made working at just over broke. But I lived a better life. And I paid nothing in taxes. Do you know why? Because we're taught like this. I swear to God, we're taught like this to go to the just over broke and take a W-2. We're taught that. We are taught from school. It's indoctrinated into us to go to school, learn what we can learn, get a job, be happy in our job working like a slave for as many ever years we can, If we get lucky enough to get a pension and retire. Put a me in the chat if that was you. If you were told the same garbage that I was told. Because that's what I was told. The problem is, I was lucky. I was absolutely lucky. Because I was blessed with a family that didn't believe in that garbage. My family, a bunch of immigrants. My father's from Africa, my mother's from Europe. Okay, so at the end of the day, my grandfather came here, he had nothing in his pocket. My father came here, he had nothing in his pocket. What happened was they built this amazing thing called a business. My grandfather had 3 businesses before he passed away. He had 3 businesses and he bought himself a lot of real estate. Okay? My father, same shit. Not 3 businesses, but he had 2 businesses. Owned a construction company and a clothing store and this, that, and the other thing, did his thing. So what did I get humdrummed into my head? Work hard. But here's the difference of what work hard changed for me. Work hard changed from work hard and work for somebody else to work hard for yourself and have people work underneath you. And then that changed everything. Because now I'm not working for somebody else. I'm working for the people that work underneath me. And then we build an empire. Ray, I'll tell you something about this little kid right here. This little kid with me started 2 years ago at $5 a week. At $5 a week. He was 17 years old. He was 17 years old when he started with me at $5 a week. Right? $5 a week. His average income in his country is $147. He makes 7 times that now. He makes 7 times that. And now he owns his own business on top of that with me. I partnered with him in a business. He's been with me for 2 years, 19 years old. He makes 7 times more than his national average. Why? Because, again, the people you're around grow. And at that end of the day, you grow up, you start feeding your people. I tell my employees, I don't want you working for me forever. If you're working for me forever, I did something wrong. And that's the same thing when somebody looks at you and they say, oh, I can't wait to give you your watch at your 40-year retirement. That's the boss that doesn't want you living next to them. I told all the kids that work for me, I was like, if we could buy the complex and build the complex, I want all you guys living around me. I want all you guys living around me because you helped me build the empire. And what do we do with that? We create private equity with that. You don't think that this kid has a dream and the other kids that work for me have dreams? They all have dreams. But you need a funnel. You need somebody to help funnel the dreams. And that's where true wealth is made, is investing into other people to grow all the other people. That's it. Look, I'll say it like this. Everybody knows Dion. The reason I exist here is Dion. Dion and I was doing decent in the company. And then Dion and I had a conversation on the phone, and Dion goes to me, he goes, "There's something special about you, kid." He goes, "There's something special about you." After that, I blew up like wildfire. Blew up like wildfire. Game recognizes game. I love that line. Game recognizes game. He knew I had game. He knew I can't. He knows I was willing to put down where other people weren't. So you guys got to be in that same boat. Guys got to be in that same boat. I ought to tell you something. My employees turn around and tell me this all the time. I'll work 18 hours a day. Ray's on 18 hours right now. No sleep. 18, 19 hours. He comes to me, he goes, "I have to keep up with you." Now at that level, good shit starts happening. Good shit starts happening. You know what? I'm here, right? I don't need to be here for 2 hours. I don't need to be here for 2 hours. I can do exactly what everybody else does. I come in, get it done, and leave. I don't need to be here for 2 hours. I want to be here for 2 hours. And my wife may get mad at me, but I want to be here. I want to make sure that all the questions are answered, all the people are happy, because when they leave, when you get off this meeting tonight, I want you to be like, you know what? Damn, I did go to a good meeting. Everybody know who Herman Dulce is? Haitian CEO? Okay, look up the Haitian CEO if you don't know who he is. I spoke at his event 2 weeks ago on a Saturday. 5 people in the room knew me from the credit repair industry from M2. They knew who I was, they knew what I did, and they told me I was the best when they met me in person, and they were just happy to meet me in person. If I was a piece of shit person and I was garbage and I didn't do right by people, do you think people would be happy to meet me? So that's why I do right every time. Every single person in this room, that's why I do right by you. Don't do that. Don't wait. Don't wait. Everybody at the same time. Because the difference and the truth and the fact of the matter is that you may take 6 months to get clean. Your cousin may take 2 months. Your auntie may take 3 months. Your brother may take 6 weeks. This person may take 7 weeks. You don't know the credit reporting agency, so don't waste time. Go in and attack and try to get whatever done, because that's the key. That's the truth and the fact of the matter. But make sure your ass is in our Friday class when I do it. And I teach you advanced tactics, because that's the key. That's where the real knowledge is learned. And if you don't believe me, ask Miss Angel. Ask Miss Angel. She's the one who tell you. Okay? She's the one who tell you 1, 2, 3. She'll tell you. She came into my class. This girl is on fucking fire right now. Girl, I saw what you posted today. 50-point increase. Atta girl. Proud of you. Okay? I'm watching. You don't understand. The people, I watch them. I watch what's going on. Because then I know to see if my shit is working what I'm teaching you. And if it doesn't, then we got to pivot. And we got to pivot quickly. That's the key. I'm not here to waste your time, and I'm not here to waste my damn time. And I am not here to steal people's freaking money. And that's what people do not understand that. People, I'm just taking money, this, that, and the other thing. Look, you already know what I have. Everybody else don't know who I am yet. They will learn. You already know what I'm working on. You've already seen what I'm working on. At the end of the day, I know I have power in my hands. Yes, they will learn. Oh, girl, you don't even know what's coming. Power user, exactly. You don't even know what's coming. Friday's the beta launch. Oh, Ray released it. You didn't see it. Here, look. Yeah, and look. Shop. And he's getting literally he's designing the ebooks as we speak. Yep, he's designing the ebooks as we speak. Okay? I'm literally making sure. Look, the M2 ebook is coming out. And he's got a couple of more that he's working on at the same. We're going to make a bundle package when they're all finished. So I don't know if you want to buy them all individually, but they're going to make a bundle package we'll make a bundle package as they go through. I promise you. All right? So Ray's working on them right now. But we have been putting them up so you can keep watching them as they keep going. I'm not a guru. I'm going to let everybody know this. I'm not a coach. I'm not a mentor. I'm not any of that. I'm just a guy. But I will help you. I will help you in any which way, shape, and form. I did have a little success in my life. Just a little. Just a little. Does anybody have any questions before we get off tonight? Angel, before we shut down tonight, I got to talk to you. Got something good coming for you. All right? I got something good coming for. Yes, Miss Vicky. Join Mr. Bora's class, Miss Vicky. Just get an understanding of the software. And yes, you're more than welcome to join any of my classes. I don't want to take away from Mr. Bora. She's an amazing person. So everybody tells me this. She comes with the software. She is that person that comes with the software. She's just an amazing person. I like everybody to get an understanding of the software. Once you guys get an understanding of the software, it's awesome to print with us and then see all the other stuff that comes with the software. Okay, I just need to catch the next class. Ooh. Ray, drop the YouTube channel. I'm gonna stop the stream. We're done.